And what we're doing here with Neighborhoods is creating the possibility for group-defined groupware. So just in ultra simple terms, what you can do with the Neighborhoods framework is customize the look and feel and also the behavior of a bundle of Holochain apps. And you can do that in sort of a cohesive, smooth UX. So, our big motivation for this project is basically opening up the black box of social media algorithms. And so, in wanting to do this, to give communities the means to basically understand their social app experience better, and also to be able to design it, even for non-technical users. The project is sort of based on these two interlocking ideas of enabling participatory culture for social apps, and also data literacy for members of the application, and again, even non-technical members. And sort of what we did as a group here was we spent a lot of time researching kind of the core components of social apps and broke these down into little pieces, so that we could create social tools for groups to be able to um, customize and bundle together these little modules, without needing to do any coding really. So I'll talk about what that looks like. So in the neighborhoods framework, you'll notice this sort of Discord-like interface. What you can do as a community is you can bundle together a bunch of little applets. So, you can think Discord style social coordination, but with massively expanded functionality around the type of social tools you can use. So you can select a bunch of different applets, but then you can also design and customize, kind of the what we consider the cultural overlay of those applets. And of course, all of this is on Holochain, so it takes advantage of Holochain's native validation rules and kind of just everything being on chain cheaply. So here's one example of something you could do using neighborhoods. This is kind of a prototype we made of a collaborative playlist, right? So in our framework, and there's a lot going on here. So um, on this sidebar over here, the vertical, you could see all of the neighborhoods you're in. And then over on the top bar, you can see all of the different apps or applets that your neighborhood is using. And so in our framework, these songs here, these generic songs, we consider those resources. And then the little icons that you can click, those reactions, we consider assessments. And so our framework is sort of built out this way. Like you can create lots of group artifacts, and do preference sensing, prioritizing, sort of group-based sorting based on this notion of resources, that you collectively assess or react to. So with our tools, you get this framework for reactions, and for assessments. And so you can literally plug these in under different apps that you're using. And so again, this really opens up the possibility to take a sort of generic app and apply your group's sort of moods, your group's preferences, and create a strong feedback loop between the entire community, that really gives a lot of valuable kind of ongoing information, that's sometimes even called governance, right? So you can do all manner of voting, prioritization, um, and really get data from members that ends up feeding into the behavior of the app. And so we're also creating kind of like a startup wizard where what you can do as a community organizer or as a member, even without technical skills, is you know, you take those resources, you add assessments or reactions to them, and then you can apply methods to those assessments. So this is where things get a little more complex and where you can really use neighborhoods to kind of design on your own terms uh, algorithms for your social apps. So methods compute these assessments on resources. And we're working really hard to give this in sort of a no code way. So you have this kind of plain English description of what a method does. And so in this example of a feed app, you can see like on the left, the concrete jungler side, there is a feed that is ordered purely chronologically, like basically it's uncurated. But then over here, you see this recency feed. And as we saw in the previous slide, this is a feed that is ordered based on likes and time passed, dividing likes by minutes to mix both popularity and recency. So essentially, you have an uncurated feed, but you can use these methods in order to create different contexts. Within your application space, within your neighborhood. And in addition to all of this, we're also offering dashboards so that you can kind of look, in theory, anyone could look under the hood of a neighborhood and be able to see how data passes through the app, and also, sort of which members are liking what. And it really offers a way for people to be able to see how their data and how group data um, informs what they see and what the application does, and therefore also, how their community is really operating. And then, so, as neighborhoods, we're offering all of these community design and social coordination tools. But what we're not offering is all of these, you know, millions of possible different miniature holochain apps for communities to use with our design tools. And so for that, we have kind of our neighborhood. And so what we're also offering as an organization is a space for communities and developers of these kind of generic applications to be able to find each other and use sort of an offers and needs framework to be able to, discuss and prioritize what they want to build, and also to be able to settle payments with each other. And we think this will really benefit communities who can share the costs of the development of these apps. And a bunch of different communities can use the same apps because what we offer as neighborhoods is the means to customize these on a really deep level. And then so we also deduct a small transaction fee in our native token, neighborhoods token, to support the project.